What's happening? What's good? Welcome to another episode of Cheef and Chart, brought to you by Rap and Dope, the home of money conversations. This is episode Royal Haze, intern at the base. This is your first time tapping in. We talking about options trading, everything the chart be saying. Ooh, that was a bar. We talk about options trading, everything the chart be saying. So that's what you're into. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell if you want to get some of this options trading game. So, man, what a day. Today was all right, man. Like I said, today's title was entering at the base. If y'all was tapped in yesterday, y'all know we was looking for some weakness today. But before I get to any of that, I want to talk about my day. Like, I hope all y'all had a pretty dope week so far. It's Thursday, but my day was pretty laid back, man. Got a few things done. You know, it always feels good to get things done. Rental car business is business. There's ups and downs with all businesses. It's never going to be a smooth process. It's always going to be something to learn and to improve on. And I believe that's a lot of times people negate or frown upon rough times. Like, in a perfect world, we would have no rough times. But I believe those are designed for us to improve on our process, right? We done took steps forward towards whatever goal we was trying to attain. But when there's stumbling blocks, there's always something to learn in that stumbling block. For example, rental car situation, right? Renter be late, right? This renter I have, he be late in a motherfucker. He's been late several times, right? So now moving forward, I have a few more things I want to put in place before I give someone my keys or before I accept the renter, right? So if I wouldn't have came across these negative aspects of the business I'm in, I wouldn't have nothing to improve upon, right? So this is why we need to make mistakes as often as possible. It sounds crazy, but that is where we learn. That is where we improve. It's just like I'm roller skating. People don't want to fall, but falling teaches you what not to do again or what to get better at. If you don't never fall, how you know what to get good at? So fall and make mistakes as much as possible. So let's get into this chart. Let me see where were we? There we go. So yesterday we said we had a new high in the MACD. Yesterday's title was Waiting for Your Edge. This title is entering at the base. What does that mean? I talked about this in past episodes, where if price goes to a resistance level like here or here, and it doesn't reject like this here, you see how it rejected violently? This is normal. But if something gets to a level and then hangs out up here, it's indicative of a break. That's called entering at the base, because people be trying to enter after the break. There's a couple ways to enter, but for this example, we're talking about entering at the base. The base in this aspect to the upside is here, the base of resistance. On this one, this is the base. On the other side, when price went up and then came down, it was hanging out here. Hanging out here on top of support is indicative of a breakdown. And here we had it. We had a breakdown. So yesterday, I said we had this, it was a probability of a bounce, um, but we needed to wait for some more weakness. Lo and behold, this morning we opened down here. We opened here. So let's go to the daily. So yesterday is this red bar. Remember, we need to wait for, it's typically 3 or more bars in one direction. Then we wait for a pullback. So here we have 1, 2, 3, but this one was kind of janky. So we could have gave it another one, which was how it opened down here. Even though the bar is green, it still opened down here. So if I go to the trading time frame, you'll see that it was kind of like a gap down. So this was the weakness that we was looking for, that last stage of weakness that we was looking for. And you'll be able to see it once I drop down into the trading time frame. So here we go. This was yesterday. As y'all can see, if y'all go scroll down, it'll say Wednesday. See, Wednesday, 16th. Because if you was tapped in yesterday, this is the bar we was talking about. So it was sitting on a support level, and it was actually under this moving average. So that can act as resistance sometimes. And as it did today, it acted as resistance. And it showed more weakness that I said we needed to be looking for before we got in this thing. So lo and behold, it opened down here. And still we needed to wait for weakness. So you can't see it here. Let's go to our relatable. Boom. So here's your weakness. Here it is again. Each one of these red bars is where you could have entered at the base. Because as you can see, it's not rejecting off of the level. Here, as you can see, it hugs the support and it breaks down. Okay. It's indicative. Nothing is 100%. I gotta say that every episode, just in case you're a first time listener. Because people think that your decisions, if you make a decision and it's wrong, it's your fault. It's not your fault. Your system may work. The system I'm showing y'all works. Any other system somewhere else that you may learn works. None of them work 100% of the time. What we're doing is putting ourselves in high probability situations, high probability scenarios. So I'm showing you guys every day what the high probability scenarios are for a call and a put. Like if we see something like it's indicative of it going down, you're going to hear about it on Cheef and chart. Like, yo, it's a high probability of this going down based off of the parameters that we look at. Right? Here we talk about momentum divergences. That's my trading system. Positioning in the later time frame, price action in the trading time frame. So we look at the daily and then we position in the trading time frame. So here, this was the weakness. You can't see it in the daily, but this is where it opened. It opened down here, right on support. It fell and opened at support. So I told y'all, you wait for some weakness and take it to the next level. So it dropped. Let's see where you could have gotten in. Let me go to relatable. Each one of these red bars. So preferably at the lowest one. So here this morning, an hour later, could have got it at 390, and then later on took profit at 394. or whatever your stock is that correlates with the SPY. This is why we look at the SPY, because mostly everything follows what the SPY is doing. The SPY is consolidating, your stock is probably consolidating. If the SPY is going up, your stock is probably going up. And if the SPY is going down, your stock is probably going down, because the SPY represents the whole overall market. All 11 sectors of the stock market are in the SPY ETF. So that's why we look at it. That's why we use it as reference. So that's why if your chart looks like this, and at some point it will, if it hasn't already, if you haven't seen it already, this is how you enter at the base. And you know it's a new high in the MACD. So we already know that. And plus, look, we know this is outside of the Bollinger Band. So it only makes sense to make calls with this weakness. So boom, could have caught it here, could have caught it here, or could have caught it here, but we know it's going to the next level. High probability says it's going to the next level because we have a new high in the MACD to the upside. So experienced traders are buying this weakness. So tomorrow, even though we're at a resistance level here, we've been at it since yesterday. Well, kind of at it. So it's playing with this level, but we have a new high in the MACD. So I'm playing the next level. You can enter at the base, or you can wait for it to break and then pull back and enter on the pullback. So it's a couple different ways to enter, right? You can enter at the base, and it's all this is the psychological part of this, of trading. There's a couple different ways to enter off of the parameters that we already know is happening. We know it's a new high in the MACD. We know we want to buy a weakness. But when do you want to buy the weakness? Do you want to buy the weakness in anticipation of the break of the level? Or do you want to buy the weakness after it breaks and it pulls back and you're buying that red bar? So whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you have, both of them work, right? But what do you feel psychologically comfortable with doing? Entering at the base in weakness, or waiting for the break and then catching the red bar pullback weakness after the break? Which one you feel more comfortable with? That is the psychological part of trading. Simple rules, but not so easy to follow in real time. That is the hang up of trading. The rules are so easy, but following them in real time is the psychological piece. So entering at the base, you're buying weakness. So you could have bought this one, this one, this one, this one, because I'm positioning for the next level up, right? We're positioning for the next level up. The next level up is 400. Or the intermediate next level up is 398. Let's just say that. The next intermediate level up is 396 to 398. But the longer term, so then you have to gauge your expiration date. Like, of course, it's going to hit 397 before 400. So that's when picking your expiration date, getting fluid with picking that comes into play. And this is why you need practice. You'll get comfortable, whatever it is that you're comfortable with, but you have to get practice. And if you haven't got a brokerage account, make sure you hit the description of this channel and download the Webull. That's my referral link that's in the bio or the description of the channel. So hurry up and get your brokerage account so you can start practicing. This is entering at the base. All right. So for tomorrow, like if you didn't catch the weakness from today, I told you I'll look for more weakness and then position. Didn't catch it, it's still a new high in the MACD. I would wait for another edge, another piece of weakness. I will wait for more weakness here under this support, or I will wait for it to break and then catch the pullback weakness. So that's what I see for tomorrow. If you didn't catch it today, hey, tried to told you. If you want to learn how to swing trade like this, make sure you hit the description of the channel. I'm giving away free Options Made Easy workbook, which is the workbook that went with the Options Made Easy bootcamp we did a few months back. That's the workbook that goes over all the aspects of what I'm talking about here in previous episodes. The main concepts you need to learn to be more confident in this thing. So that's all I got for today. Hopefully y'all got something out of this. Remember, tomorrow, you're either waiting for more weakness to enter at the base, or you're waiting for the break and then catching the weakness on the pullback. It's your man, Don Bucks. This is Cheef and Chart. Always remember, ain't no competition. It's always you versus you. See y'all tomorrow.